All right, black people, let's talk. So, my heart's desire, right, is to paint a picture of a bright future for you. I want to talk about exercise and diet and right now we're wrapping up Black History Month, and I want to talk about Black Future Month, right? I want to talk about black boys winning spelling bees and black girls winning science fairs and black couples getting married and shit. But first, we have to address this magical thinking, this bullshit. Like Myson said when he was on Funk Flex, right? He said sometimes you got to destroy to rebuild. My bad. He said it to Hobson. Like Loaded Luck said to Calico, right, when they're battling, he said, I love you too much to leave you the way you are. I want us to progress. But first, we got to deconstruct this magical thinking, the bullshit that exists in our minds, right? We got to deconstruct the Messiah complex that we have, right? Thinking that these guys are going to save us. You got to start asking some follow-up questions. I saw a story recently that a friend of mine posted on Facebook, right? It's about an herbalist. And it illustrates the problem with the magical thinking we have in regards to these healers, these shaman that we have. Title of the article in the Washington Post. 13-year-old boy dies after being told not to take his insulin. Now the herbalist is headed to jail, as he fucking should be. When Edgar Lopez died in August 2014, the 13-year-old boy weighed just 68 pounds. Think about a 13-year-old. That's what, high school almost, right? Weighed just 68 pounds. For 2 days, his condition had rapidly deteriorated, and he had gone through from being unable to keep down food to struggling to breathe. His eyes were fixed in place, and his skin felt cold to the touch. His father, Defino Lopez Salas, told jurors as he broke down sobbing in court earlier this month. But even as he wasted away before their eyes, the Lopez's parents hesitated to call 911. They had been told that the insulin that their son was supposed to take for his type 1 diabetes was poisonous. Salas testified that Timothy Morrow, an herbalist based in Torrance, California, had instead told them to rub lavender oil on the boy's spine and prescribed herbal medicine that he claimed could cure Lopez for life. Get rid of this magical thinking, y'all. He told us, Lopez said, that the hospital would kill the child. Salas said through an interpreter, according to KABC. Instead, Lopez went into cardiac arrest and died later that day. The Los Angeles Examiner later determined that they could have saved him had he been given proper medical care. On Monday, Morrow, whom prosecutors accused of contributing to the boy's death, pled no contest to one count of child abuse. He had previously been found guilty of practicing medicine without a license. The same shit Sebi went to trial for in the 80s. The only difference is Sebi's defense was, I'm not practicing medicine, therefore I don't need a license. I'm not diagnosing. I'm not claiming to cure anything. He says this. That's what Sebi says. I'll provide the transcripts in this video. It's also provided in the last video that I did about Sebi. Anyway, though, back to the reading. He had been previously found guilty of practicing medicine without a license in a trial that concluded last week and was sentenced Monday to a total of 4 months in jail and 48 months of probation. Not enough. Not nearly enough. For both misdemeanor charges. Shit should be a felony. Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Furrer said in a statement, the case, Furrer wrote, underscores the serious health and safety risk of taking medical advice from someone who lacks the license and the proper training that goes along with it. I mean, I'm going to beat the shit out of this dead horse. As a part of his sentence, Morrow, 84, was warned that he can be charged with murder, as he fucking should be, for practice if his practice leads to the death of another person in the future. He should be charged with murder now. He's reckless. He also had been ordered to cover the cost of Lopez's family, Lopez's funeral, and pay a $5,000 fine. It's not enough. On the website, Morrow describes himself as a master herbalist and claims that he was diagnosed with pancreas cancer at 48, but cured himself by taking herbs and changing his diet. He sells a variety of diet supplements, laxatives, and protein powders, including a product called Pancreas Reg that he reportedly told Lopez's mother was God's insulin that purports to improve blood sugar levels. A fine print disclaimer alerts customers that these claims have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and that the tablets which contain prickly leaf, Cipri elmberg, banana leaf extract, and other herbs are not intended to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Again, this magical thinking, y'all, this bullshit. Leave it alone. The same disclaimer that is found on Sebi's website today. And this was on his website before he died. His website was not tampered with by his relatives, not by his son. While he was alive, his website had this very same disclaimer. Again, a fine print disclaimer alerts customers that these claims have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and that the tablets which contain prickly pearl leaf, slippery elm bark, banana leaf extract, and other herbs are not intended to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. During the February trial, which this month, Morrow's attorney, Sebi Perilous, attempted to use the warning as proof that his client was not to blame for Lopez's death. The same, I'll provide you the transcripts to the court case for Sebi. The exact same defense that he used back in the 80s. But attempted to use the warning as proof that his client was not to blame for Lopez's death, and that the responsibility lay with the boy's parents. He argued that Lopez's mother had been interested in treating the boy with herbal medicine before she met Morrow, and pointed out that she had testified that she frequently relied on traditional remedies while growing up in Mexico. And this is how heartless, how cold-blooded his lawyer is. Nobody held a gun to Edgar's mom, Perilous said in his closing statements, according to the Daily Breeze. Nobody stole the insulin from that house that Edgar's mom could have used. Edgar's mom wanted to do what Edgar's mom wanted to do. The fuck. See, this is the problem. Y'all ask me, why don't I talk about Trump? Why don't I talk about white people? What are the bullshit, the bullshit distractions y'all give me, right? The reason why I don't talk about Trump is because you know he's the enemy. I don't have to tell you that Trump is bad, that you don't have to listen to him. Like if I told you, like if Trump told you to stop taking your insulin, you wouldn't listen to him. If Trump tried to sell you pearl leaf extract and slippery elm and all that other bullshit, you wouldn't buy it. If Trump told you he could cure your diseases with a diet, you wouldn't believe the shit. I don't have to attack Trump and his dangerous ideas because you know he's the enemy. Like my man Les Brown said, right? He said, there's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. You can see Trump from a mile away. I don't have to tell you not to take his advice because you know he doesn't mean you any good. But these dudes, they look like us. They take advantage of us. You know what I mean? Because they understand, they're in the community. They know that we don't trust Big Pharma. They know that we're familiar with the Tuskegee Airmen experiments and shit with syphilis. They know that we have been let down by the medical community. And then they come into these poor black and brown communities and they use these scare tactics, right? Not only that, but we can't afford medicine. You know what I mean? We can't afford health insurance. We can't pay the lifetime of our premiums and shit. So we get desperate and we start looking, for something. I'm telling you that they're not it. If you can go to the doctor and you can, be skeptical. Ask follow-up questions of your primary care physician, of your personal trainer, whoever the fuck you're going to. Well, first of all, don't go to your personal trainer for medical advice unless they have a doctorate, unless they practice medicine. But again, though, man, they can take advantage of us because, one, we are desperate. And I understand that. I get it. Back to the reading, though. Nobody held a gun to Edgar's mom's head, Perla said in his closing statements. According to the Daily Breeze, nobody stole insulin from that house so Edgar's mom could not use it. Edgar's mom wanted to do what Edgar's mom wanted to do. Heartless motherfucker. But the father argued that the family had been brainwashed. Sound familiar? By Morrow, who told them that for-profit American healthcare systems benefited from making sure that people stayed sick. I mean, and look, it's a valid argument. It's a valid argument. There's plenty of reason to be skeptical of Big Pharma. But the redeemable quality about science is that it's testable, measurable, observable, and repeatable. So you don't have to take my word from it. You can look at studies, right? And these things are reliable because they can be done again. Like if I tell you that jumping off of the Golden Gate Bridge can cause you serious bodily harm or death, you don't have to take my word from it. You can perform the experiment yourself. Jump the fuck off or throw somebody off. But you get what I'm saying. Science is reliable in that it's testable, measurable, repeatable. Well, observable, testable, measurable, repeatable. Ask follow-up questions. Do some homework. But these herbalists that are selling you this bullshit. Back to the reading, man. So the American healthcare system benefits from making people sick. This is what the master herbalist told the father. Lopez's mother said to her interpreter that the herbalist had seemed like a god. The Messiah complex. It's right here. She said this shit. Seemed like a god to her, and that she had attended several of the seminars on herbal medicine and had been so blown over that she agreed to recruit new clients for him, ultimately earning him a total of $753 in commission. This motherfucker gives you commission, but you're not supposed to trust Big Pharma. I had my doubts at the beginning, but I kept going to his classes, she said. He had something that convinced you. I mean, I get it. She went on to explain that the symptoms of her son's diabetes had seemed to go away for a short period of time. And I told you this already, that when you change your diet, yes, you're going to feel better. When you eliminate the bullshit, when you stop eating McDonald's, like, I don't have to tell you that McDonald's is bad for you. But when you start eliminating that bullshit, when you get rid of the processed junk, you start eating some fruit, some vegetables, some nuts, some seeds, some organic shit, you're going to feel better. When you start drinking, clean water, of course you're going to feel better. She went on to explain that the symptoms of her son's diabetes had seemed to go away for a short time, only to return 2 months before he died. The boy's pediatrician had warned that might happen, but she chose to ask Morrow for advice instead. Giving him the insulin shots that he had been prescribed, or to not give him the insulin shots he had been prescribed. Morrow assured that everything was fine and that there was no need to listen to the doctor. Motherfucker. He told her that her son was going through a healing crisis that would eventually cure his diabetes for good. Instead, the seventh grader's condition worsened. Silas testified that Morrow visited the family's home 3 times and 2 days before leading up to the boy's death in August 2014, and told the Lopez that they needed herbs and reflexology, a massage technique that involves applying pressure to the feet to release the toxins from the boy's body. When the 13-year-old seemed to stop breathing, Morrow allegedly advised them to open the windows so that air and light could come in. In his testimony, Daniel Lopez recalled being told that his younger brother's labored breathing and his inability to move was just part of the healing crisis, running its course. When he looked online, he saw similar advice from other herbalists. We fall for this bullshit. There's a poor family from Mexico. You know what I mean? They a lot of correlations to what goes on in the black community. That they feel the same disenfranchisement we feel. That they feel the same distrust that we feel. And these vultures come in and take advantage. But then Edgar stopped responding to him, and his breathing became more and more shallow. The family called Morrow again, and the herbalist finally told them that they could call 911. Edgar died at the Harbor UCLA Medical Center the following day. Morrow did not testify in trial, but a video played by prosecutors showed that while under questioning by police, he denied that he told the mother not to give the son insulin. He also claimed that he could not have called the ambulance because doing so would have violated the boy's privacy, or the family's privacy. He had no idea why the boy died, he said, adding, "They said he had a heart attack. He wasn't having a heart attack when I saw him, but he wasn't breathing when you saw him, motherfucker." According to the Los Angeles Times, the prosecutors with the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office had considered filing felony charges, as they should have, against Morrow, but chose to pass the case to the city's attorney instead. At the start of the trial, jurors were shown several videos in which Morrow said that the tumor was a gift from God and that insulin is very poisonous to the system. As a part of his sentence, he had been ordered to remove YouTube videos where he advocated for the use of herbs in lieu of seeking medical treatment and to take down any similar statements from his website. I haven't gone to his YouTube because I'm not ready for the bullshit. I try not to be mad, as you know what I mean. I try to stay away from the anger and shit, man. But look, the article continues on, and I'll link the article as well. And again, for those who haven't heard me, I will link Sebi's court transcript in this video as well. It goes on about the court cases. It goes on about the other claims. Listen to this shit. The reason why you don't have surgery to remove a tumor is because you didn't have surgery to put it there. So look. I mean, it goes on more on about his court case, and I'm not going to read the entire article. The link will be here, but I'm speaking out of frustration because I care about you. When I see cases like this, I think about my nephews. I think about my nieces. I think about my children. I have a son who's not mine, but he's my son. You know, I believe in the adage, it takes a village. You know, as my heart just bleeds for my people. And I so deeply want to see you guys thrive. So with that, man, the fire that you hear coming out of my voice and the frustration that you see when I put videos up like this, it comes from a sincere place. I don't have any pills to sell you. I'm not selling you any herbs. I sold t-shirts. You know what I mean? I sold a hat. And even now, I don't have any stock of that shit because I like, that's not my main goal. I work a lot. I don't really. I'm not doing this just because I'm looking for Instagram fame, you know. But genuinely, I care for my people, and I want to see you guys not taken advantage of. Like, I get it. If you don't trust doctors, find one you can trust. Find somebody who's put in the actual work, you know, who's labored, you know, in schools and in research, who's actually put in the work, not someone who has incredible swagger and seems godlike, you know. And after you ask them follow-up questions, ask more follow-up questions. Get a second and a third opinion. Talk to people who've been in that same condition. You know, I believe wholeheartedly that changing your diet is necessary, and changing your diet will help improve your health. But I've come to the regrettable conclusion that there are some things that just don't have a cure. And while you can still live a vibrant, healthy, happy life, don't fall for these dudes, man. You know, don't fall for these dudes. I mean, I take care of my body. I eat good. I work out often. In my bedroom, I have a weight set. I prepare my meals. They make me feel good. But I'm under no illusion that I need to stay away from the hospital. I haven't gone since I left the military. I haven't gone to a doctor. You know, I get a checkup every once in a while. But I haven't gone to a doctor. One, because I feel healthy, I feel fine, I feel great. And two, I take care of myself. From taking care of my teeth, taking care of my hygiene, trying to stay mentally sharp, and trying to stay physically and emotionally healthy. And I encourage all of you to do the same. And with that, I want you to get rid of the magical thinking and start asking some follow-up questions. My next videos, I believe for sure, will be more along the lines of health and healthy living and diet tips. And I plan on doing one about the new Jim Crow and things like that. But I love y'all. And until next time, peace.